So, students, we have seen how 9th, 10th, and 11th May of 1856 were prominent days of this famous revolt of 19th century. Now we will see how this rebellion spread in northern part of India. So, British were defeated and they had to leave Delhi in complete disorder. The regiments joined troops at nodal points like Delhi, Kanpur, and Lucknow. The Great Indian Rebellion, lasting from May 1857 to July 1859, was not uniform in scope or strength. A dozen rebellions erupted at different regions at various points in time with varying levels of strength and success. So, what was the role of people in this revolt? The people of the towns and villages also rose up in the rebellion and rallied around local leaders, zamindars, and chiefs who were prepared to establish their authority and fight the British. So, let us have a close look at such leaders. Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib, he was the adopted son of the late Peshwa Bajirao II, who lived near Kanpur. Why did he participate in the revolt? In 1851, the exiled Peshwa Srimant Bajirao II passed away and the annual pension of the pound sterling of 8 lakh rupees granted to the last Peshwa was discontinued, and Nana Sahib was not recognized as the successor to Bajirao II by virtue of doctrine of lapse made by Lord Dalhousie. Obviously, Nana Sahib was not happy. So, what was his role in this revolt? He played a very important role. All Maratha forces rallied around him during the struggle. He proclaimed himself as Peshwa. He declared that he was a governor under Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. He gathered armed forces and expelled the British garrison from the city Bithur, which is in today's Uttar Pradesh. He was well supported by his commander-in-chief Tata Tope in this war. Now we will see one more prominent leader from Awadh. In Lucknow, Birjis Qadr, the son of deposed Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, was proclaimed the new Nawab. He too acknowledged the superiority of Bahadur Shah Zafar. His mother, Begum Hazrat Mahal, took an active part in organizing the uprising against the British. Let us see some more details about this women leader of this revolt. When Revolutionary Army had achieved exciting victory at Lucknow on 30th July 1856, they were in need of a leader because the leader of Lucknow was deposed by East India Company to Calcutta. So this leadership vacuum was filled by Nawab's second wife, Begum Hazrat Mahal. Her adventurous acts at this crucial point made her Muslim counterparts of Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. She rose to the occasion and acted in the capacity of regent and supplied much needed symbol of authority. So she was acting as a regent of her son. She crowned her 14-year-old son Birjis as the king. For Awadh people, the British annexure of Awadh was an act of outrageous betrayal. Under the rule of the new king, the energetic and spirited Begum Hazrat Mahal issued proclamation to the people in general to unitedly fight the British. Now here, unitedly means she was telling the public of or the people of both religion, Hindus and Muslims. Now this leader is well-known leader She is Rani Lakshmi Bai of Zashi, which is in today's Uttar Pradesh. So she joined the rebel sepoys and fought the British along with Tatya Tope, who was general of Nana Sahib Peshwa. Tata Tope was general in the Indian Rebellion of 1857 and one of the notable leaders. Despite lacking formal military training, Tata Tope is widely considered as the best and the most effective rebel general. Now we will see one famous leader of again Uttar Pradesh, Maulavi Ahmadullah Shah, who not just led the 1815 uprising but also gave the supreme sacrifice of his life. This Maulavi is given credit for the success that rebel armies managed in Lucknow, Shahjahanpur, Bareilly and larger part of Oudh and in other areas in this entire uprising of 1857. He was one of the most successful generals in the battlefield. He was a feared general whose name created terror in the hearts of the British forces. Due to his heroic fighting and leadership skills, he became a hero. Now, this Maulavi predicted that the rule of the British would come to an end soon. Now, he is a one more leader, Bakht Khan. He was commander-in-chief of the Indian rebel forces in the region of Delhi during this revolt against British East India Company. He was from the area Rohilkhand. Can you see here Rohilkhand? He actually worked for East India Company for long 40 years. But when he joined this rebel, he joined this rebel to support his emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. So he marched to Delhi with a large number of Rohilla sepoys, and immediately emperor gave him the actual authority and he became a virtual commander of the sepoy forces in Delhi. He is another leader, Kuwar Singh. He is from Bihar. So he belonged to Maharaja Zamindar family of Bihar. What was different about him? So his age. He was 80 years old, age 0, and he led a select band of armed soldiers against the British East India Company at the age of 80. So he was a chief organizer of the fight against the British in Bihar. He is popularly known as Veer Kuwar Singh. He was an expert in the art of guerrilla warfare, and his tactics left the British puzzled. So in Bhojpuri, which was a local language of Bihar, many songs were composed, and this one of these songs I have kept for your interest. So these such kind of songs they were bringing or expressing the collective feelings of the people, and these songs try to motivate people to join the rebel and sacrifice their life for their mulk or for their region. And these kind of songs are also representing the awareness of the peasants of the society. So what is this small song is about? Let us read. British, leave our country as you root us. Enjoy the luxury of our country, and in return you have looted and burned our hamlets, cities and villages. Kuwar's heart burns to know all this. O British, leave our country. Right? So this rebel, many of whom the sepoys were, many of whom were the Indian troops within the company army. They caught their employers off guard and succeeded in killing many British soldiers, civilians and Indian loyals to the company. So Not just these leaders, but there are actually many such leaders or many such people from upper caste, from Dalit or from Shudra part of the section of the society. They participated, even peasant participated. But today we can call them as the forgotten heroes or soldiers of our first war of independence. So students, in next part we are going to see how the company fights back forcefully. Till then you have to read the rebellion spreads from page number 57. Read it carefully and we will see again in the next part. Thank you.